Mack. I'm here with the president of the Toledo local NAACP, Mr. Ray Wood.
Good to see you, man.
Good to see you too, brother. Good to see you too.
You did a good job in the United Nations. I just want you to know that, and I hope everybody out there realize that we don't get opportunities like that. There's been a lot of great people that's come through this community, and I mean great, throughout the decades, and they haven't had that opportunity, so way to represent us, man.
Thanks, man. Thanks. Yeah. So we just finished the NAACP meeting. First off, when does NAACP meet?
We meet the second Tuesday of every month at 7 o'clock.
Where in Toledo?
Yeah, we're at 1326. Collingwood is the home of the African American Legacy Project. And if you ever get a chance to stop by here and check the museum out, we've got a lot of stuff that you might be interested in throughout the years and the accomplishments of Black folks in our community. So, but every second Tuesday, 7 o'clock.
Okay, cool. Now, can you talk to us about some of the work that you're doing or been involved in this year that's recent? Okay. What's the local NAACP in Toledo doing for the people of Toledo?
Yeah,
Black folks in Toledo.
Yeah, and I'm glad you asked that question because you know, a lot of people think, well, I don't hear this, don't hear that, but maybe 2 or 3 times, maybe even more than that, we're at some meeting about something that's going on in the community. One of our focal points is lead paint poisoning. And you know, we have, and that's pretty much in our communities, and a lot of people have thought about it, but they don't know how it impacts their ability to learn. They don't realize that once you get lead paint poison, once those kids are lead paint poisoned, you won't get rid of it. You'll have that forever. So we've been trying to get, we had an ordinance together, but the judge ruled that it wasn't constitutional, so we're in the appeal process with that, but we've got different faith-based organizations, community activists, we've got unions, we got everybody standing in support of trying to make this a priority because every day, you know, somebody's getting lead paint, some kid is getting lead paint poison. Right. So that's the focal thing, but we're also involved in a multitude of other things. You know, we're sitting down with fair housing, where we and all of those issues. We're involved with the St. V's strike, and we want everybody to know that those workers they do have something to say. You know, the corporations and businesses and they don't get it, but they think that, you know, the more they can work you, the more they try to work you. They try to do more with less, more work with less people, and it's a fight that we've been fighting for a long time. So we're trying to support those nurses out there, as well as we're standing strong behind the new library that's going up on North Street. I think that's a major for this community.
Okay. So one thing I've been asking people, I firmly believe in the golden rule, right? Do unto others as you would want done
absolutely right.
How do you feel the NAACP or you personally exemplify the golden rule?
Well, if you want to hear, this is how it all connects for me. I believe that the golden rule, which is out of the Bible, you know, I believe that God created man in his image. Man and woman created his image. I believe that he's not a respecter of persons. I believe that when you do unto others as you would have them do unto you, that's why I try to exhibit in everything I do. I believe in worker rights, human rights, civil rights, women's rights. I believe in the rights of people because we're God's people. And so, no matter what I say or do, you know, and that don't mean I'm perfect. That don't mean that we're perfect. That don't mean nobody's perfect. The only perfect person was Jesus Christ. But at the same time, the biggest room for improvement is the biggest room in the world is room for improvement. So I try to make sure that my walk matches my talk as much as possible. Yeah.
Okay, and we're almost done here.
Yeah.
But I think that there's maybe a disconnect with maybe some younger folks.
You're right.
In the NAACP. What would you say to those younger people who may be hesitant to get involved in the NAACP that they should know? What's something that they don't know that you think maybe a lot of them don't know that they should know about their local Toledo NAACP?
Absolutely. Thanks for that because it's still relevant. You know, when the NAACP started, you know, one of the stigmas that we have is National Association for the Advancement of
Colored people.
How many people have been called colored?
Well,
you know, it's a whole generation.
Yeah.
They might have been called the other word
Right.
that we don't like.
Right.
But so we have to continually let them know that we're relevant in this day. And don't do a lot of this chest beating. But like I said earlier, Julian, there's nothing that we're not involved in, whether it's policing, whether it's housing, whether it's education, whether it's the charter bus the service, or whether it's protect your water or the Lake Erie bill. You know, we're involved in everything, and we just do the best that we can because you know it's all volunteer, just like you.
Yeah.
We volunteer. A lot of people say, "Hey man, Black Lives Matter. What are y'all doing? NAACP, what you doing?" Well, guess what? We're doing the best that we can on the limited resources that come out of our pockets for gas. You know, for our time, our energy. I took off today to do, but before I came to the meeting, to do something in my yard. You know, my yard hadn't been attended to in 2 years. But the same thing that you do, Julian, and you give of yourself. You know, it's about a purpose, a mission, a cause, and you know, if people sit down and want to know who you are, and you'll be able to tell them just like we will. We'll be able to tell them exactly what we do, and you know, one thing I don't want to do is I don't want to stand on top of a mountain and try to point fingers. I'm doing this and I'm doing that. So if we could be behind the scenes, under the radar, that don't mean that we don't have extreme influence in this community. Whether it's with the politicians or whether it's community activists or faith-based, we try to make all those connections so that when we get there, we don't have to punch them in the arm to get their attention. They already know that we're involved.
Okay, and lastly, what's the best way for somebody that's seeing this, they want to get involved in the NAACP, what's the next step? What do they do?
Yep, the next step is that you can come to one of our meetings, and we said that we have those the second Tuesday of every month at 7 o'clock. You can look us up online.
Now, does it cost money to come here?
No, it don't cost money. Well, and what we try to do too is, I'm pretty sure that you guys, that we all try to do it. We just want people to come, and we want to give them information about what we're doing. We're going to ask their questions because we need their input and their involvement too. We don't know everything and we can't do everything. That's why we're trying to partner with you guys and others. But we want people to know that they can come and get that information, and if they feel so inclined, fill out a membership. Because that's how we're supported by memberships.
All right. Well, thank you for all you do.
Thank you, man.
Yeah. God bless the NAACP and the local chapter.
Listen, we all do it together, man. Yeah. We all do it together, man. Ain't no, you know, so.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people just don't know a lot of the work that you do, but please continue going because I think it takes all of us working together to be able to push the paradigm forward.
It does. So you said a few minutes ago about the quote from the Bible, the harvest is plentiful, but the laborers are few. So all of us that can and will, let's give it everything we got, man. I appreciate you.
Thank you.
You're
Thank you, brother.
Man.
Thank you. I appreciate it.